Now let's talk about movies, shall we? Movies, we have the return of a long-lost Hollywood actor. His big screen return is a little in trouble, but we'll get to that. And then we have some posthumous star on the Walk of Fame for Chadwick Boseman, as well as some casting announcements for something we've been keeping pretty close eye on. So let's get into all of that. Welcome, nerds, to the movie news for the week. This is where we're going to be talking about all of the nerdy and/or pop culture related movie news that we can get our grubby little hands on. So, like, if it's been announced, if there's a new trailer, if there's casting, all of that's gonna be here. So let's get into that, shall we? Starting things off, follow-ups and corrections. The movie Shrunk. We have not talked about this for some time, though we have talked about it. It's going to be written by Josh Gad. Is going to be a Lega sequel reboot situation for the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids franchise, and it's supposed to be the return of Rick Moranis to the world of acting. If you don't know, Rick Moranis kind of retired for a while from acting. He lost his wife, and so it was more important for him to raise his children than to be a working actor. So he was living off the residuals from his work in Hollywood, which I'm sure was plenty to live on and plenty to raise a couple of kids on. So now that his kids are grown and out of the house, he is said that he is willing to return to acting, and this was supposed to be the return for Rick Moranis. And now, according to Josh Gad, who is set to write, I believe, be one of the actors in, as well as direct, I want to say, but that part I might just be my brain going, hey, let's say words. But yeah, at the very least, he's going to be starring and writing the movie rather. And Josh Gad has said that because they have hit so many roadblocks, because they've stumbled so many times, not the least of which being COVID, not the least of which being Josh's schedule, just kind of now that COVID is no longer an issue, is now just not lining up with anything, and all of the other people involved in the project have other projects now as well. So it looks like it might just get lost in the shuffle. So I don't know how exactly. I will try and find some better information next time we speak, and we got to let somebody know that this is a thing that, if done well, will be something that we will spend money on, because I'm pretty sure I understand the community well enough to say yes, that is an actual fact. So yeah, if you know how that we can reach out, and petition.org is not going to be the way to do it, so don't suggest it, but there's got to be a way that we can let Disney know that this is a thing that the fandom wants. From that one follow-up, we have a couple of trailers to talk about. First up, we have Drive Away Dolls. Now, this is a Coen Brothers movie, so inherently you expect it to be good, but this trailer, I think, kills that expectation. It looks kind of bad. And I never thought I would say that about a Coen Brothers movie, because the Coen Brothers are fantastic, but this movie does not look good. Oof. And then we got the Five Nights at Freddy's proper trailer now. And so my question to the Five Nights at Freddy's fans, I get that the game is a little goofy, but is the movie supposed to be? Because it looks a little goofy. Of note, though, the creature work is done by the Henson Puppet Shop, so that's pretty awesome. Jim Henson's creature creator workshop, whatever. Those people who are the best in the industry are doing the Five Nights at Freddy's movies, so I'm going to be intrigued to see that. Beyond that, it looks like they took a little bit of artistic license with some of the story elements in order to, make proper story elements. Because my exposure to the game is the story's kind of thin and doesn't really kind of stick. I only played the first iteration of the game, though, so that could be wrong in the later versions, but yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's trailer is kind of doing its job, because I'm intrigued by this for sure. So let's move from trailers into regular ass news. I kind of gave this one away in the tease for the section, and that is Chadwick Boseman is getting a star rather on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. It's pretty awesome. One of the news outlets I got this from, though, was talking about the fact that the only reason they're giving it to Chadwick Boseman is because Clint Eastwood turned it down. which is very strange. Chadwick Boseman is not the only one. Chadwick Boseman is the only posthumous one, though. So it's cool. I dig it. I can get behind that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And then our biggest one for this is the Superman Legacy casting that was just made literally moments before it came up to start filming and things. So the casting for Clark Kent and Lois Lane is as follows. David Cornswet, whom we talked about previously in the rumor mill, David Cornswet has been cast as Clark/Superman. Rachel Brosnahan, none other than Marvelous Miss Maisel herself, Rachel Brosnahan has been cast as Lois Lane. Don't know the Cornswet dude by name. I kind of recognize his face, so I'll have to look into other things that he's done. But Brosnahan as Lois, I'm there. I mean, until she does something terrible, I feel like she's probably one of the better actresses under the age of 30 right now. If not the best actress under the age of 30 right now. She's fantastic. Go watch Maisel if you doubt me. That show was... yeah, we've gushed about that plenty on this channel, so let's just move right along. From there, that's all we got in regular ass news. So let's talk now about movie suggestion for the week, and that is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Come on, man. Rick Moranis, just the whole freaking Zelensky. This is my childhood. I watched this movie at least 24 times over the course of probably 3 or 4 years, and I can still watch it and probably quote about half of the movie and absolutely love every moment of it. It holds up even if you're watching it as just if you were never seen it before and you have something resembling a family. This is quality entertainment for the family. So just, if you haven't watched it for a while, go watch it. If you've never seen it, you definitely owe it to yourself. This was Disney. This is why we let Disney get away with some of the stuff we let them get away with these days, is because they used to put out stuff like this. And we're hopeful that eventually they will again put out stuff like this. So go watch Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It's well worth your time. And once again, nerds, this is just a clip from the main show, the Weekend Nerddom, over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. Go check that out for the entire episode, or just stay tuned here for other news related to nerdy pop culture stuff and just random fun little bits. Before we head out, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.